One. Bing bong. Bing bong. Scrum is live. Scrum is on. It's Modern Fowler Scrum on a Tuesday morning. And we have Michael and Mariam and Sam. And yeah, I've been working on, what are they called? They're not Cucumber, they're acceptance tests on Node Electron. And I thought I was making some progress, and now it's like all just gone crazy again. So like, acceptance tests. There you go. Other things today, been onboarding new sponsees, mentors joining the incentive package, and setting up a jukebox for the team, experimenting something that works there. Yeah, what have we got coming up today? There's a TDD mob in a bit. I've got a phone conference with some, the charity group who wants a website built for them. So that will, we'll see if another paid project comes out of that or not. Yeah, and we're doing our 2 weekly thing. So the website one meeting, which we usually have today, is now not today and will be next week. Yes. Anything else of importance going on today? Nothing springs. Was there one other meeting? I don't think so. I'm looking at the wrong day in the calendar. Anyway, that's me. Just go quickly back to today's day in the calendar. Yeah, that's about the size of it. Mariam, how are things going with you?
I have been reading about React synthetic events. So, I have learned a lot of things about it I didn't know before. And also, I have managed to set my production environment for website one. So, yeah.
All right, good stuff. And so you're not blocked by anything at the moment?
No.
Good job. Great stuff. Michael is also here. Thanks, Mariam. Michael, how are things going with you?
Good. So I just had sent you a message privately about getting a test account, which,
right,
according to documentation, seems like the ad manager account needs to do that.
Right.
Because actually using the test API, just the test API, you still need these additional layers of credentials beyond just the token.
Right. Indeed so. Yes, well, we can have a look at that at the end of the Scrum. Anything else on your mind? Any plans? Anything blocking you?
No, that's it.
Okay. That's our Scrum then. I guess one other thing, we had the Agile Ventures community meeting yesterday, which was good fun. And we're busy making our way towards having a schedule sorted out for the AGM conference. More work required there for me. Well, if that's our specific block, we can perhaps look at that now for Michael's thing. So so we've got the developer token. It says that our developer token is currently enabled for test account access. That's another thing. But so then now using the developer token, we have to create test accounts. So we've got a test manager account. And now use the AdWords web interface to create a test client account under the test manager account you created above. While logged into AdWords as your test manager account, any client accounts you create will automatically be test accounts. Create a few test campaigns under the test client account in the AdWords UI. Take note of the client customer ID for the new test client account and save it. You'll add this to your config file later. Use the developer token of your production manager account when making requests against the test manager account. Even if it's not approved yet, the token will still work on test accounts, including the ones you just created. So, yeah, I mean, I've got, like, in the, what have I got here? I mean, on my other screen here, which I've got, not recording because it's got the developer token on it. I'm in the API access. There's like an API, like, so in the management account that I set up, gosh, in the setup thing, it has an AdWords API center with the developer token and access level specified. It's got the option to apply for basic access. It's got the ability to reset the token. It does not mention anything about creating a test client account in there. It's not.
It says, while logged into AdWords is your test manager account. So you logged in with that email?
Well, I'm logged into the AdWords. So we've got, what is it? We have got our marketing at agileventures.org, that's the one that controls the AdWords. And so yesterday, in order to get this token for you and Chris, I created a new management account based on sam at agileventures.org, which then now has management of that, original one. So I'm logged into that screen there. I can like here. This is it. So I'm now logged in with this is the icon I've got for my sam at agileventures.org. So I've got here, and then we can see within that, this is the client account, the one that actually is got the the sponsorship from Google applied to it and so on.
So they're saying, if I'm reading the docs right, they're saying if you just add another client account, it will automatically be a test account. Because the manager account that you have has a test level token.
Okay. So right. So oh gosh. So I'm just reloading it to try and get back in and try and avoid. I can always reset the token if I expose it. Right. So then this is the way to create a new account. So that would be, so we would do that here. And then it says now the type, it's either an AdWords account or an AdWords Express account. We call it test.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
invite users to this account.
Maybe. Yeah.
And then create account. So we have just randomly created an account, which we've called test. It says, while logged into AdWords as your test manager account. I don't know. I guess it says is go to the AdWords manager accounts page. Is that the same thing? And create a because it says create a test manager account first and then a test client account.
Isn't that what you did yesterday?
Well, I created a manager account that's like a real manager. That was the original step. I just don't know here. Are they referring? Is this general manager account that I've created? I mean, this interface here is kind of new for me. Like I've never seen this interface before. This, as I understand it, is the manager level interface. So then, I mean, the interesting thing, I mean, the thing that makes this particularly difficult, I mean, it took me half an hour yesterday to get to this point because I've got all these things associated with different Google accounts. And so for example, you see, I kind of click that to open there, but it may be opened in my default page and not in the, if I go in here and I go to, oh, I don't know, let's just go to google.com. Can I log in to google.com? Oh, I don't know. Or if I take this one and go there, but log in via so maybe the manager account for a test account is a completely different thing. But no, this was the interface that I used yesterday to create a manager accounts. But I guess here they've added a TA. So this is like a separate manager for test accounts. You've got to be kidding me.
It actually says in another part of their docs that there's like a big red thing that says this is a test account if it's test.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah. No, well, I'm sort of here. It's like, in terms of the time invested in it, like, is it even worth setting up a testing thing? Like, it seems like it took me half an hour to get a kind of live manager account set up yesterday. So it's like now I need to spend another half an hour setting up a test account manager, and then underneath that we're going to create like a test client account, and then some other things. And it's kind of like, well, we already got, why don't we just go, like, screw the testing, let's go for the basic access level, like, and not bother to create like 2 or 3 other things. You know what I mean? Like presumably we don't have to go through this testing thing.
Presumably, yeah.
I mean, I was just suggesting because I thought that might be simpler, to just check that works. But if they're requiring a whole management infrastructure on top of doing the testing, then let's just go straight to the main thing. I don't know. Good grief. They really need to pay me a lot of money to improve their user interface, Google. I don't know why I guess once their system reaches sentience, it'll be able to analyze all of our, the videos we've uploaded to YouTube, and they'll be able to reach out and say, yes, of course, yes, right, Sam, you've got that insight into how difficult it is to use our systems. You could come and fix them, and we give you lots of money, or something like that. Good grief. Okay. Well, I guess what I'm tempted to do is just click the apply for basic access thing, and that's got like another form for me. Although it's then saying like AdWords Manager, like this is the form that is now to apply for the basic access. Because do not fill this out if you just want to use the API for testing. It will also have design documents of the tool. I mean, does the testing one like not even allow us to get any data?
It doesn't let you get real data.
Gosh, they're really. Yeah, so you can see the form that we need to go through. Yeah, so this is we've got. So I guess there's 2 pathways. One is to try and get the test account managers and things set up so that we can actually use it, versus applying for this thing.
I mean, I think getting the test account makes sense because then we can see, even with synthetic data, maybe what we can get before we bother writing. Because I think that's the intent, right? To help you design.
Yeah, I mean, like they want
design
to
the tool
upload
that you're
design
clicking.
documentation of the tool. I mean, it seems a bit ridiculous. Is that we don't particularly want to make a tool. We just want to dump the data to do analysis, right?
I mean,
It might
I'm not
wonder.
sure what they mean by tool, but that could be a tool.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it seems fairly clear to me that what they mean by a tool is that they want to, that we've got the idea of some thing that we're going to code something up that will do something with the data, and then that, will be used in a certain way. I mean, they've got sample design documents, apparently, which I can share. I mean, you could maybe share this with Chris, like, to indicate the kind of. So I think what they're imagining with the API is that someone wants to create like a dashboard widget, right? That can then, show stuff. I mean, clearly, are just analysis of it could be considered a tool.
I mean, I had seen they had in the docs somewhere things that were like, I don't know, like if you just wanted plain analysis, there were less restrictions on use and things.
Yeah. I mean, I think absolutely. I think there's.
And you weren't like reselling it to third parties, like your analysis.
Right. So, okay, well, leave it with me, and I'll try and proceed on at least some of those different fronts. Let's say maybe the creating the test manager will be the least onerous. We already have test account access. We've done that. Yeah. Anyway, I've got to get on for the next meeting. Good to see you both. And see you very soon. Bye for now.
What is the next meeting?
The next one that I mentioned earlier, which is a phone conference with some potential paid client. Bye for now.